Hello everyone and welcome to Racing League Hub, back in F2 now, and welcome to the Circuit de Spa Francorchamps. I almost said Francorchamps there. I can assure you it's definitely not that, but we've arrived in the Ardennes Forest for tonight's race, the longest circuit of the calendar. I believe around 7 kilometers long, many corners with names I will definitely not be able to pronounce during this race. And coming down now into a few corners, we're just having a bit of an on-board, bit of an off-board with Donkey down, one of the first people to come out of the pits then. So we've got 19 drivers tonight, 19 out of the 20, very good attendance. And there's some people I haven't seen before. I'm not sure if they raced last week or not, but the likes of PTRL Chris Rock, PTRL Kelvin, and also at the bottom, I believe he's definitely new, Vic Mill 11. So quite a few new people to the league. So what will they be able to do then? So if I can get the track guide up, I'll be able to take corner names, but if not, we'll just have to ride on board with a lap with Donkey Dan as he comes through the double left-hander of Blanchimont. So now coming through, and now we're going to start this lap then. Not sure what EOS is really like around here, so I haven't been able to race last night, but I know this track is definitely one for the spectators. Now for Donkey Dan, gets a bit of a tank lap out the final corner, now starting his lap then around the circuit. About a 143 we're expecting on the softs, maybe on the hards and more around a 140. Anyway, Donkey Dan coming through towards the very famous Eau Rouge and Radion complex of corners, and now up through there and onto the Kemmel Straight, where you're going to be bursting your car up to max revs, hoping to get the highest speed possible. Get ready to see some definitely some towing down this Kemmel Straight as drivers reach up to 210 miles an hour. Coming through Les Combes now, we've got yellows in sector 3, probably people starting their laps then. Coming through now towards the middle sector. Good first sector so far from Donkey Dan, just trying to get the limit of those tyres and the car underneath him. Now coming through, we see a Ferrari ahead, I believe that is of Lord Elephant. Lord Elephant pulls over to the side then. Now into one of the most daring corners. One of the most daring corners. And that is Pouon taking it as quick as possible. Is Donkey Dan literally not lifting off the throttle that much at all. Now coming down into the next few corners. And now through towards the right-handers. And then I'll get some names up of corners I completely forgot. And now into the definitely the one that I cannot pronounce, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce it during the race. But anyway, now coming through towards Blanchimont, EOS is looking like it's not really a huge factor on one lap pace then for these drivers. Donkey Dan now coming through, riding the curve on the outside there, now breaking down into the bus stop chicane, and this will be starting of the end of the lap. Prince Killer's the first person set a lap with a 45.2. Will Donkey Dan be able to beat it with a 45.220? 3.037 quicker as Vinstra tops them both with a lap time on the soft compound tyres though. So Vinstra will definitely have to be able to improve on his lap time. Let's run on board with a familiar face and Mr. Skyzy in his Ferrari automobile, his car of choice tonight. Well, his only car of choice tonight, as LR Foxy Dude sets a 143.069 on the soft compound tyres. A good race. Good qualifying from Foxy so far. And Skyzy goes half a second down on Foxy ahead by 5 tenths of a second. Kelvin sneaks in on P3 with a 44.6 then. So there's definitely a variation in lap time so far in F2. Let's run on more with Short. Short's been having some good qualifying recently. So now coming through Blanchimont, he goes, reaching speeds of actually up to around 202 miles an hour, 203 actually, as he reaches the bus stop chicane. Coming down now into second gear, riding the curve as much as possible, getting the turn in for the final corner through the bus stop chicane, up to line for Short, and he goes P3 with a 43.7, the third driver to escape the 44 barrier. And now running on board, let's see RLH Capitano. in that Renault. Renault around this track, I believe, did quite well, if I'm not... Either they did really well or really badly, I can't be too sure, but Capitano comes across the line with a 44.5 to get him into P4 straight away. I think one thing that these guys will definitely want straight away is tyre choice. So, some people out on those mediums, some people out on the softs. Jerome goes and set at 45.4 on the mediums then. So, likes of 5-shot Ryan is on a lap, and I can tell you right now he's definitely not on a lap as he's gone onto the grass then. So let's run them all with Vic Mill actually. A new guy in the league then. This will be interesting to see how he compares to others. As I've got a Discord notification, I definitely will be able to, we'll have to turn these off as soon as possible. And anyway, coming through pull on now for Vic Mill. Yeah, I really need to turn off these Discord notifications. I'm so sorry, guys. If you can hear them. But now coming on more with Vic Mill, I expect he's got some good pace on him. I have seen his name pop up in the F1 community before, so I expect this will be a good lap from him then. What can we expect from the Williams driver, the Rocket Williams driver, pulling up for F2 along with 10K, who at the moment is in P10 with the slowest lap time on the board on the hard compound tyres. What can Vic Mill do on the soft? So this will be a good lap time from him, expecting maybe P3 or higher. Going through the final quarter, he's completely run out of EOS now. And up to line for Vic Mill, and he goes for P4 with a 44.3. Quite slow compared to likes of Foxy Dude, but in comparison to the likes of Capitano, it's some very good pace. Capitano coming into the pits right now, as we see a lot of action happening right now with Walshaber on a lap at the moment, coming through towards the Eau Rouge and Radion complex. Looks like he got a bit of a slipstream toe there, coming down towards Laycom. And then he'll come through once again. And I really need to now do some names and corners. That was Laycom, and now coming down into Bruxelles. Turn number 10. And then we're coming into turn number 11, the corner without a name. And now into pull on the fast left-hander for Walshaber. We know he's been quick in quali for some time, as I believe 10K actually improved in this time. Looks like he's just going around on his hard compound tyres for a bit. As Goldie is also on a lap. Is he lost the front wing? He has. Goldie's lost the front wing. So he hasn't. He's definitely not going to be sending a fast lap this time. But Walshaber looks like he is going to be sending a very fast lap. Now coming down into Blanchimont for the Sport Pacer Racing Point Formula 1 team car. So what can we expect? So it's going to be about a middle time. I'm expecting something around the high 44s, maybe a low 45 for Walshaber. Maybe even a mid 44 if you can get this lap all cleaned up perfectly. Let's ride across the line. And it's going to be a high 44, 44.776, which gets him above Vinstra, who's on the softs. So a good lap from him, as Vinstra is now on those medium compound tyres, trying to improve on his lap. So Goldie at the moment. Oh, who was that? Is that 5-shot Ryan? Yes, it was. Who's completely lost it out of Pouon, is now facing backwards. Chris Rock though on lap at the moment in the Silver Arrow Mercedes. What can we expect from him? Reaches speeds of 209 miles an hour, 210 miles an hour actually, with the use of his EOS modes, coming down now into the next few corners then. Now into the exit of Laycom, the curb. I don't know what it is, but I expect it's the curbs of some kind. Is that Malmedy? That is Malmedy. And that's not Bruce, that's Ravage. They're lying to me. Oh, I'm already messing up names. Oh no, that's the, is that the old? I have no clue, honestly. But now, apparently, we're going down into Lefania. Oh, that's it. And 10K has been disqualified from the session. So he will be starting way at the back of the grid. What was that disqualification for? That was for... It's not even on there. Is it on there? Hang on, I'm just going to have a look at this. It's not actually on there. Oh no, there you go, blocking the pit lane. So he's obviously spun it in the pit lane, which is very unfortunate for 10k then. Coming down into the final few corners for Chris Rock. What can we expect from him? We know he's got some good pace on him, but how good is it? It's going to take him up into P4 at the moment, beating out Vic Mill, but losing out to Short by a 1/10 of a second. So I do believe it's a basic soft medium strategy around here, unless we're expecting some rain in the race then. So let's run on board with Fire Shot Ryan then. He isn't on a lap actually. So let's have a look at Black Mama. He's coming into the pits actually. So no lap time going to be set by him. But who do we think will be able to improve? I think Skyzy. Skyzy is on a lap actually at the moment. So it looks like he may be able to improve on his lap time. Maybe to try and beat Foxy Dude. Yep, he's continuing with his lap. So it looks like it's a good one for Skyzy. Will he be able to shoot onto the top? No, he won't. He misses out by a 1/10 of a second, but improves by 3/10 of a second. A very respectable lap time as Short runs wide. And it looks like he's basically hit it on home with about the equal lap time that he did the last time around. So as we come through Blanchimont then. Now down into the final few corners. What can we expect from Short here? So I'm expecting around a 43.5 unless he can pull something right out of the back here. It's going to be a 143.5. As I did say, I am a psychic. So Short goes up into P3. Well, he was actually in P3, so he stays in P3. But extends the gap to Chris Rock in P4, who looks like he's going to be popping into the pits and then coming out once again. What's Prince going to be able to do? He's not going to be able to do anything. Wesley is not going to be able to do anything either. Vic Mill is not going to try on those tyres. Capitano's on a lap. Who else would be on a lap here? Jerome looks like he's on a lap. He's a 10th up on his lap time to try and make sure he doesn't get the bottom place actually, because at the moment he is the slowest out of all the drivers who have set a lap time so far. So Invisible, where's he? He's coming around now. He said he wasn't confident. So what can we expect from him then? I expect he'll try and beat his teammate RLH Capitano. I think that will be his best thing to do. Big up M Short, watching on my break at work. Get that W. Oi oi, says Brumadinho. Nice to see a few of you have joined the stream. And Invisible now comes down into the final few corners, taking a very wide approach actually into the bus stop and coming into the pits. So what can Goldie do? Goldie obviously not being able to set a lap time yet. I wonder how he feels about his confidence around this track. Apparently he did a good lap, so it looks like he may have invalidated very early on actually. Yes, he has. He's invalidated straight away coming up into Eau Rouge. So that will be an invalidated lap, and he'll have to go again for the driver. What can Fire Shot Ryan do? What can Lord Elephant do? What can Black Mamba do? Black Mamba needs to get out like those pits quite quickly, as the lap is very quick. As Jerome is going once again to try and set a faster lap time. Those tyres surely will be getting old by now. They will now really hurt him in the race if he doesn't get a good lap together quite soon then. So Jerome coming through now towards the next few corners then. Coming down into Revolve this is. And then into the corner without a name there. He looks like he's pushing that car to the absolute max. So I wonder what we can see from him today. Who else could be on a lap at the moment? Everyone is really in the pits at the moment except for Donkey Dan. Donkey Dan is on a mediums lap, so it looks like he's going for an alternate strategy compared to everyone else, trying to maybe prolong and maybe get an overcut on all the other drivers. He's going to have a good qualifying though to make that strategy come into place then. So what can he do as he comes through Stavolo now? Cutting the grass a bit on the entry there. But it's all about the exit speed onto the next few corners of Blanchimont. And then into the bus stop chicane after that. But now coming through Blanchimont, reaching speeds of 200 and I'm going to say 200, about 200 miles an hour as Goldie does get out of the way as he hasn't set a lap time yet. Down into the final few corners for Donkey Dan and through the bus stop chicane on the medium compound tyres. He's gone for a different strategy up to line and he's going to go up to P10. So he may be going maybe for new tyres, new soft tyres outside of the top 10, or maybe could this be a thing of, you know what, I think rain could come of some kind. not really sure though. But there's yellows in sector 1. Obviously, people trying to get out of the way. But these two guys who've just come out of the pits need to get a move on. Capitano especially needs to get a move on. So meanwhile, Jerome actually had a very decent lap and got a 44.1 on the softs actually. So let's have a look at Best. So yeah, he's not actually that slow compared to other drivers. So a good lap from Jerome in the end then. Let's have a look at Goldie. Goldie's on the lap right now. And he's in 0 EOS once again. So he's messed up the lap once again. He's got one more chance after the lap. And then that will be him completely done. Where's Lord Elephant? Lord Elephant coming around the final corner now. It's not looking really quick. But it's going to be a respective lap time of a 44.4 to get him into 10th place as Jerome has retired from the session. I believe that was on track. So he may be acquiring a quali ban next time around. But now Donkey Dan, he doesn't look like he's pushing, so he's coming around. But let's have a look at Kelvin. We know he's got a bit of pace on him, but how much pace will he have? He goes up into P7, basically matching his teammate. Those Alfa Romeo drivers will be absolutely loving life right now. Nosebleed territory, P6 and P7. Fireshot Ryan takes P8, and I've just done something I probably shouldn't have. Let's just hope. Okay. There you go, there you go. It's all good, lads. It's all good. But people now on their lap still. So Chris Rock, what can he do? Short is on a... He's just coming out of the... He's just finishing his lap. No, he's just starting a lap. So is Foxy. Foxy doing it as late as possible. So is Skyzy. Short doing his lap as late as possible. Getting the best track conditions. And Chris Rock is up by only about half a tenth of a second at the most. So if we can see any improvements through this final sector, it will be very good for him. So what will we see from Prince Killer? Prince Killer also coming through as well. What can he do? You right, Sam? How you doing, mate? But Prince Killer now coming through towards the final two corners of the bus stop chicane. Has a wide entry into the first bit of it, into the exit, and oh, he's completely lost the car on exit. And I'm gonna have to check out the session if that was gonna be an improvement. But let's have a look at Chris Rock. He was on a lap. Looks like he's still going for it. Yes, he is definitely going for it. Up to line for Chris Rock. It's going to be a high 40. Oh, he's not going to improve actually on his lap time. Skyzy, where will he go in this? Will he be able to skyrocket up into the heights of P1? It's going to be interesting. Black Mamba goes P10. Hops Vic Mill outside of that top 10 places. Skyzy up to line. He will improve by 1,000th of a second, so not enough. And it looks like at the moment, Foxy Dude will be on for the win for the win in quali unless someone else can stop him. Shorts up by only a tenth of a second, so it doesn't look like anything will happen for him at the moment. Oh, look at that. They finished the lap though, thank goodness for that. So it looks like Donkey Dan on the mediums. He's still trying to improve on those mediums, trying to get a higher place than P15. He'll hopefully be wanting to start a bit higher than that. Rounding the final corner now for Donkey Dan. Up to line. Will he improve on his lap time? He does, up into P14, putting Lauder into P15. Walshenberg though, up by 0.5 of a second. This will definitely skyrocket him into the top 10. If he's had a good final sector, up to line, he goes P9. Good lap from him. Kelvin does not improve on his lap time. Foxy Dude does not improve as well, and he goes into the pits. Big shots though. Goldie RGG not being able to set a lap time. Invalidated every lap he did. So one thing to have a look at really quickly, was Prince Killer improving? He was improving by not a lot though. It would have been in 1 or 2 tenths of a second. So would that have, he probably would have gone up into P6. But Wesley actually, meanwhile, I did not even see. Wesley's had a great final lap there, up into P4. Great lap from Wesley. But the top 3, as they were about 4 or 5 minutes into the qualifying, with Foxy Dude on pole, Mr. Skyzy in second, and Short in third today. So a good showing from those 3. As we now ride on board with Black Mama, who takes home P12 in the qualifying session. So now, coming on to the race then. So now we're going through the qualifying order then. So a good showing from Mr. Skyzy to be within 1.5 tenths of LR Foxy Dude then. So Foxy Dude takes pole, Skyzy second, Short takes home third in the qualifying results today. 4th Wesley, 5th Vic Mill. Good end to the quali for him. 6th Chris Rock, P7 Prince, P8 Jerome, 9th is Kelvin, 10th is Walshabert, then far short Ryan, Black Mamba, Invisible, Capitano, Donkey Dan on the mediums, P16 Lord Elephant, P17 Veenstra, Goldie not set a lap time, and 10k got disqualified for blocking the pit lane. And that is the end of your qualifying then. So I'm going to hop up the standings, have a look at how everyone is doing. Let's just take a quick sip of water. And now people are just choosing their setups, just making sure they are ready for the race. What strategies? It'll be probably an easy softs to mediums from all drivers. And if we quickly go to driver standings, that's exactly what I want. Let's have a look. What are we saying? So Sky Z at the moment, so far ahead of anyone else. So Walshabert is his main competitor. Then it's Black Mamba, then Goldie, then Prince Killer. So obviously people joining late in the season has really not helped their chances of doing well. But now, what will we be able to see then? So I expect probably I'm gonna say a Skyzy win, personally, because that run down the Kemmel Straight the first time, getting that slipstream will so help you just so much compared to any other thing, because the slipstream is just going to be out of this world. So Skyzy now behind Foxy Dude. He's already practicing his run through La Source and down towards Eau Rouge and Radion, the two most famous corners on this track, along with Pooh on a very famous corner as well. And I expect most people know the names of those corners. So coming through the grid then, Foxy Dude, then Mr. Skyzy, then Shorts, then Wesley, then Vickville, then Chris Rock, then Prince Killer, then Jerome and Kelvin, P8 and P9 for Salva, P10 Walshabert, P11 Fire Short Ryan, P12 Black Man, P13 Invisible, and P14 with the other Renault with Capitano, showing that Renault's pace could not get any better than that. P15 Donkey Dan, P16 Lord Elephant, P17 Beanstra, P8 Goldie, 18 sorry Goldie, and P19 10k. The guy who we've seen very recently do quite well right at the back of the grid. So we'll be expecting quite a few people just running through this pack then, like headless chickens. So looks like Foxy has really got a move on here, as he's already at wow, he is very far ahead actually. He's already at what corners are they? I've completely forgot. He's already at Lafania's, but now just warming up his tyres. So warming up his brake now, warming up his tyres. So now, what will we expect? If anyone's watching in the stream, please let me know who you think is going to win this one. As Goldie says, we had howlers there, as people were retiring on track for confirmation, I believe, in the chat then. So Foxy Dude on pole, Skyzy in second. Will Short be able to do anything off the line, maybe to grab a bit of slipstream, maybe off of Foxy Dude down into that turn one, get a better line down into Eau Rouge and Radion. It's all about the exits there. Short is now on the grid as he's had the contact with Wesley, so his tyres will be a bit cold, as well as Vic Mill. They all had a bit of contact there, as Chris Rock is inside of Skyzy. So don't know what's happened there, but they're ghosting now, as 10k and Goldie have also had a collision on the formation lap, as everyone is now getting to their grid spot, and then we'll be able to start for round number 12. Round number 13 actually, I do believe, of the RLH F2 season then in Spa-Francorchamps in the Ardennes Forest then. All the drivers now waiting for the lights. Here we go then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights out and away we go at Spa then, down into turn number 1. Short of a great start, but down to turn 1. Guys, you right, trying to go around the outside there, side by side, into La Source there, and now down into the next few corners. We can see some contact near the back of the pack. Goldie looks like he's got some damage with 10k as well. Those two just staying together, but now coming through towards the Kemmel Straight, and Far Short Ryan is already out of things before it's even started. We're looking for some free wide action, and there's a safety car already very early on, as Far Short Ryan has completely left the session straight away. And the incident must have been so bad that the safety car has been pulled out, sorry, even before these guys could run out towards Les Combes from the Kemmel Straight then. So, lap 1 safety car. So already I would love to seen some kind of onboard, but not on the pictures that we saw. So I'm having to guess it was a simple maybe contact up through Eau Rouge into Radion, and that was it. And now out of the Grand Prix is Fireshot Ryan. So we're down to 18 drivers, and people who will benefit from this is Goldie, who has got some front wing damage then. So in terms of tyres, outside of the top 10, Goldie's going to have to pit onto the mediums. I guess I can go double mediums. Or can he go double soft? It all depends how far those tyres can go. So Foxy still on top. And we'll have a look at positions change then. So Vickmel and Chris Rock exchanging positions, and Wesley has gone down 2 positions actually. So Wesley's really not benefited. Let's look at that. 2 drivers already into the pits. And it looks like there's definitely going to be a change in strategies. Foxy dude gets his pit stop over and done with straight away. Will this be onto the hards then? So maybe, yes he is. He's going to be onto the hards. And maybe he's going to try and go to the end of the race on these tyres. He's getting held up in the pits a tiny bit. So a lot of people thinking, you know what, let's go for a different kind of strategy here. Those of you onto the mediums. If I'm not mistaken, Foxy Dude is the only person onto the hards then. So he's going to have a worse strategy call at the moment. But by the end of the race, I don't think he's going to be able to pit again. So he'll go to the end of the race now on the hard compound tyres. So now a bit of a differentiation in strategy. But now Foxy Dude has to fight through the traffic, while Skyty has got a clear track ahead of him. Just making sure to not get past by a certain short behind him. But now after those pit stops, obviously, Wesley up into P3. P4 is Prince Killer. And P5 is Walshabert. So Walshabert, who I believe is on new tyres actually. No, he's not. He's quality P10. But someone who has really benefited actually. Donkey Dan up 9 positions. That is extraordinary. So obviously that is also due to pittings and stuff. But still, he's in a very good position now, is Donkey Dan. Where's 10k in all this? He's down in P12, up 7 positions. So he had contact with Goldie. But Goldie actually out of the pits before Kelvin. So Kelvin's had a shocker in the pit lane. Obviously he had to have a front wing change of some kind. And at the moment, he's down in last. He's going to have to push to get back up to this pack then. So where's this pack? Okay, he's going to be fine on pack. So I expect it will stay. Oh no, flashing lights are still on. So it looks like at the moment the safety car will stay out for one more lap at least. But the thing is, around this track, the safety car being out so long is really, really beneficial for people starting on the softs, because that can just elongate that soft life, and also for the people running the mediums actually, so they can have a splash and dash to the end on the softs. So Donkey Dan is in a very good position. Look at that, Prince Killer getting a 5-second penalty for severe collisions with Wesley ahead, and look at that, Prince Killer not happy, and he's gone right into that pit lane. And it looks like he may actually go onto the hard compound tyre. Let's have a look what he sets on his display then. He'll go right down to the back of the grid. But I have a feeling if it's a stop go, he'll be able to serve that in the pit lane. Let's have a look if he can serve it. He is stationary, so he's eliminated that stop go straight away. But he will be at the back of the pack then. He's going onto the mediums, so he will have to make another stop. But I think he's just eliminating that 5 seconds as soon as possible then. So we won't have any more tyre worries for him then. So where's everyone? Is everyone okay? So he doesn't really have to catch up that much, does Prince Killer, to anyone else then. So tyre wise, it's all looking like most people are going onto the mediums then, and maybe going double medium to the end of this race. It seems, but they could be lying to me. They could be able to stretch these tyres out. One person as well, who's really looking like he's benefited highly, is Invisible, who at the moment is on the hards in P6, ahead of his teammate Capitano in P7. Lord Elephant as well on those softs. He'll be able to do some stuff maybe in the coming laps. Obviously having much more grippier tyres than the people ahead of him. Hopefully up into P5 he goes in the next few laps for the Tifosi. And Tifosi will absolutely want that 100%, as Lord Elephant needs to pick up with his teammates' performances of P1 during the season. I don't think he's definitely not got a win this season. But one person to really look out for is Foxy Dude then. What will he be able to do through the pack on the hard compound tyres? So he's going to be slower in that middle sector. That middle sector is going to be held up quite a lot. So does that light go out then for the safety car to get us back under racing conditions then? Is that light going out? Yes, it does. So safety car will be in this lap then. So Mr. Skyzy is now the virtual safety car. He now becomes the safety car until he wants to go to a green flag conditions then. When will he go? So as you see the safety car now peel off into the distance then. What will he be able to do? What will Shaw be able to do in P2? He'll definitely have the slipstream down the Kemmel straight. Will Wesley be able to get involved in the act? Will Walshabert actually as well? So he'll be behind Shaw potentially. So it could be 4 wide down into Lacombe, like it was in the 2018 Grand Prix. So when will Mr. Skyzy go then? Still under the yellow flags then. He's slowing down this pack as much as possible. Looks like someone's had a... Oh, look at that. Down at the back. It looks like everyone's just trembling over each other. But now, over the line we go. It's green flag conditions then. Down towards turn number 1. And we're actually going racing now. So, looking like Walsberg's actually had a very good run. But he's lost the back end. So, Donkey Dam will be able to get past the Force Indians going side by side. Up through Eau Rouge. Will one back out. One does back out. Walsberg does back out of that. But onto the Kemmel straight we come. What will happen then? Will Skyzy stay in his position? Will Shaw be able to do anything? He's got the slipstream he needs. He doesn't have some DOS though. Down into Lacombe and he won't be able to make the move. But will Wesley's had contact and no front wing damage lost though. So good for him. And now down as we go through the pack. Looks like Prince Killer has been able to get past Goldie RGG in the back then. Jerome as well. But it looks like Veenstra and Kelvin have either made some massive contact. They've both come into the pit, so they have made contact very early on then. So look at that. So now everything's just simmering out a bit. Everyone within a second as Vic Mill is now overtaking Chris Rock, as Chris Rock has ran wide there on his medium compound tyres, not having the grip of the softs that he would have been used to in qualifying. So now everyone coming through now. Foxy has been able to make up a few positions very early on as Black Mamba runs a bit wide through Stavolo. And now onto the exit and off. Capitano is out of this Grand Prix. He's hit the curb on the exit onto Blanchimont, and he is completely out of this Grand Prix. That's the Renault out, and there's complete yellow flags in sector 3 as he's run a bit wide, and that is the end of his race. But is it just me, or is it looking like it's getting a bit darker? This could be a bit of a chance here, as Mr. Skyzy does a pit for the not pit, sorry, he picks for the fast lap. But Foxy Dude on his hard compound tyres is able to set the fast lap of the Grand Prix. That is ridiculous. Obviously a bit of use of a bit of slipstream I expect, but nonetheless we'll ride on more with Foxy Dude now as we got more, as Wesley's now retired. That is a ball. Look how close he was. So Wesley now out of this Grand Prix as well through Radion, and now Foxy Dude versus Black Mamba then down into Lacombe, then round the outside he goes. Yes, he does. What a move from Foxy Dude there, the Livid Racing driver, to now go up into P7, and Black Mamba's completely lost it and he's out this Grand Prix. So now everyone losing. Oh, everyone's out of this. It's going downhill. Look at that, people going slow, Jerome going slow. It's just yellow flags everywhere at the moment in time. People DNFing just like that. We've already witnessed 4 DNFs in 5 laps of this race. as we caught an exclusive eye on Black Mamba there as he hit the gravel, kept his wheels turning, and just got sent to the other side of the racetrack. So now Skyzy holding up that lead as now everyone's able to get past Black Mamba, everyone's safe, and now Foxy Dude he's only about 4 seconds actually behind Skyzy, 5 seconds behind the race lead, and he will not have to pay again as Prince Killer is also out of this race. Everyone is losing it. Is that safety car? Or is that just Jerome going very... Jerome's got front wing damage, hasn't he? Yeah, he's got bad front wing damage. So Prince Killer has just copied Capitano, and everyone is just falling like flies at the moment. And I'm just surprised there hasn't been a second safety car. DRS, though, has been enabled in this Grand Prix. Even though there were some suspicious yellows in Sector 3 about 20 seconds ago, but short now. He is in the DRS of Skyzy, so we will be able to make a bit of a close in that middle sector, and then coming into the final sector, he should have a good run, maybe to the bus stop chicane to make a move then, as Jerome pits once again, running away with Lord Elephant. He looks like he's trying to get a move on Invisible, down the inside until they come free wide. They've all had contact, and I expect maybe Foxy Dude maybe has a bit of front wing damage. He hasn't, but it does Invisible though. Invisible looks like he's got front wing damage on the right hand side, it looks like. If I could, I've got the worst camera to have a look at front wing damage, but the best camera overall is we can see a lot of action. He doesn't look like he has actual front wing damage, which is promising for him. It may be light green of some kind though. So now coming through P1 for the 6th time in this Grand Prix, the 3rd one under racing conditions. Then there's one more with Chris Rock, who's right on the back of Big Mill. So these two Williams in a bit of a train here, as the Lord Elephant train, as he's been separated from the likes of Walshaber, Donkey Dan, Short, as Black Mamba's left the session now. Obviously he did retire, so understandable. So we're down to 14 drivers right now. It looks like Foxy is going to try and move on Invisible this time round. He's maybe going to the outside. He'll go to the outside, which will turn to the inside. Very late braking actually, as Chris Rock has now retired. Oh no, I saw that. He's lost it as well. Everyone is losing it. We're down to 13 drivers. We're only 7 laps in. Everyone is just deteriorating, and this track is just losing more and more people by the lap. At the moment it's looking at 1 a lap at the moment, as we're on lap 7, and as we've lost now 6 drivers. So now coming down into Lake Com, as Vic Mills picked up a 3-second time penalty. We're down to 13 drivers now, as it looks like, oh look at that, it looks like Invisible, no, it's 10K actually trying to get a move on Invisible, trying to pull out there. So now coming through, it looks like 10K wants to get a move done quite soon on Invisible ahead of him. It looks like Invisible is losing some traction on those hard tyres, and so, but Foxy Dude now looks like Lord Elephant's doing a bit what he did at Hockenheim, a bit of a hold-up method now. I expect Skyzy will be saying, Lord, help me here. Hold up Foxy Dude for a few laps. Because that's what he needs. He needs to get away from him as much as possible, as now Lord Elephant is trying to just hold him up. Make sure that Foxy Dude has no chance of passing him in the coming laps. And then through the next few corners, they now all go. Foxy Dude now coming through towards Blanchimont. I can still see now Shaw though is only 6 tenths behind, so we may run on more of this. That's rain. That is rain. Ladies and gents, we have rain. It's light rain at the moment, but there is rain on our screens, and that's going to completely change everything. Let's look at that side-by-side action as Invisible and 10K now exchange positions then. So if anyone wants to make any DRS moves, it's got to be now. It's Foxy Dude is making the most of his hard tyres. We've now seen rain on the track, so now people will have to lift off a bit more into Eau Rouge and Radion. We saw Short lifting there. He's still got the DRS though on the back of Skyzy. There's also Donkey Dan, as we can see the flap opening, has also got DRS on, and look at that, Invisible loss of traction there, has popped into those popped into the wall, and we're now down to 12 drivers as Vishra comes into the pits as well then. Is he going for the inters? No, he's not. As Vinicius also left the session as well. Look at the numbers just decrease and decrease. We're down to 12. We are down to 12. As everyone, and look at that, that's a VSC now. As Invisible has as well. So we've got a virtual safety car and also a safety car. So if this VSC goes on long enough, will we see people popping into the pits at the end of this lap then? So, grip-wise, Donkey Dan's probably in the best place right now, as the softs will be deteriorating in grip. Donkey Dan, meanwhile, will be thriving in grip. So these tyres for Donkey Dan are at their best now. DRS is back, enabled now as the VSC has been well, basically gone. As look at that, Shaw has had a much better run and now ahead of Skyzy through Blanchimont. What a move! And now Shaw is ahead of Mr. Skyzy. Great run through there. We've got yellows, and that is Lord Edford also off then through Blanchimont, and we're down to 11 as Walshavert now pits. So does Foxy. I'm just saying out though, could this be crucial though for how we see this race pan out then? Because the lap is so long around here. I expect these guys onto the inters they go. Look at that. So, no, that's not inters. That's mediums. No, what? That 10k? No, thank goodness. Everyone's going onto the inters. Thank goodness. So now out the pits they now all go then. So some people may have got the call from Jeff. Some people may haven't. So we now need to just have a look at Foxy Lou's pace compared to others. So we've got yellows in sector 3 still, as Jerome is now out of things. He's done the exact same thing. So we're down to 9 active drivers in this race. 9 laps in, we've lost 10 drivers. It's a driver a lap. It is a driver a lap. So everyone now coming through. So Short is now ahead. And Skies has gone down into P3 now. We've only got 9 active drivers left in this race. So now coming down into the next few corners then. Everyone now beginning to slow it down a bit as the inters. So it does look like he is on the mediums, but I can assure you right now, Walshavert is on the inters. So we need to have a look at his second sector split compared to the other drivers to see, has he been able to benefit, or has this been a wrong call for these drivers? So will Shaw be coming into the pits at the end of this lap? He will not be. So they haven't got the call from Jeff. They have not got the call. So this was the right call from these guys, I think. So let's have a look at Walshavert's middle sector now. It was a 55.911. Short's last sector, a 49. It's so much slower. It's 6 seconds a lap. So these guys on the inters are out of this. It's down to 4. It's down to 5 even. 5 people now are really in contention for this race win. Protagonist at the moment of this is Short. Donkey Dan though on probably grippier tyres right now. He needs to get past. He does need to. As Jerome has now left the session to confirm we're now down to 10 drivers today. So now Donkey Dan coming through. He's still just waiting in behind as that rain does look like it's getting heavier, but I can hear no rain. I can only see it. And it looks like now rain is on the screen. So it looks like soon enough these drivers will be entering the pits. Look at that. Donkey Dan runs wide through P1. Bit too much entry speed. And that's what you get on the exit. It's not nice. As Skyzy now is holding on his pad. Obviously those tyres will be worse on the pad than they would be on a wheel. So I expect that those tyres for Skyzy will be reaching the end of their lifetime then. Meanwhile, Kelvin on the softs has been able to get right back into this. As look at this, we'll be able to see any second now. He's just going to breeze past 10k. Actually, no, he's going to stay in behind at the moment. But at the moment, all these guys definitely on the faster strategy than the guys like Walshavert, Foxy and 10k. They're just going to have to deal with that strategy. As Donkey Dan has made a move into the pit lane. He's like, no, these tyres are not good anymore. Let's come in pit. And I expect this is for the Inters. It looks like these conditions are worsening. So, will this be for Inters or will it be... Yes, it will be for Inters. For Donkey Dan. Then someone else is also coming to the pits. Vic Mill and Goldie. So, it is now at the crossover point. So, Skyzy is going to have to be going... These guys are going super slow now. So, it is a crossover point. So, as Donkey Dan inherited the lead here, this could be the change point of this race. So, Donkey Dan, at the last moment, has just changed onto the other set of tyres, onto the Inters, the wet weather tyres for Little Spray. As good evening, says Simsy. Not pointers, but that was Foxy's fault. What was Foxy's fault? I'm not sure what you're saying Foxy's fault was. Did Foxy do something? What did Foxy do? I'm so confused. What's Foxy done? Oh. Oh no. Oopsies. He got taken out by him. So, we need to have a look at this gap then. We need to have a look at the middle sector split. It's around that 17.2. We need to see if it's going down or up. It's 17.3. So, at the moment, it's still looking like these softs are quicker, but the tyres themselves are deteriorating. McLaren rivals, especially, yeah, exactly. But now, coming through, we can see all the debris on the right-hand side there as 10K and Kelvin are exchanging positions there. It looks like now, this is definitely the crossover point. I took the curve. Oh, that's Blanchimont your own. Unlucky, mate. You had a really good quali, and sadly, it had gone down to that. Then look at these. So, oh, Kelvin is completely... Oh, that could have been an airplane crash. It's short now, at the end of lap 10, hops into the pits. As you know, at the end of lap 11, excuse me, hops into the pits. And where's Donkey Dan? It's about the crossover point now. So will Donkey Dan be able to jump these guys, or will he be staying in P number 3 then? So these guys now exiting the pits. Donkey Dan coming along the pit straight now. It's going to be close. Short now coming out of the pits. Where is Dan? Dan's coming around the first corner now. As let's have a look. So Dan's there. Dan's going to get past Skyzy. So that is the move for Dan on Skyzy. It was already like that. DRS is now disabled, so there is now the crossover point. The crossover point has occurred, so I expect Kelvin will be heading into the pits. Oh, look at that. That is definitely a tag slapper for Kelvin with no grip left on those tyres. Everyone on these intermediates now, and I assume they will go to the end of the Grand Prix then. So now coming through, and we've got yellows in sector 1. Oh, that's got... Oh, no, that's Foxy round. Foxy dude's round. This race has gone from worse to even worse for Foxy. It's gone from bad to worse. Exactly what I was meant to say. But Foxy dude now... has he given up at this point? We're not sure. He's going very slowly. And there's no safety car. So, is this bye-bye for Foxy dude? Has he given up? There's green flag, so I'm not sure what's really happening with Foxy right now. Engine failure? I have honestly no clue what's happened to Foxy. Foxy's just slowed down completely. Is he in AI mode or something? Oh, what is he doing? Oh! As he stopped on track again. I don't know what's happening to Foxy. Some demon has possessed him. What is happening with Foxy right now? I have no clue. Oh, he spun the car again. I think this could be a wheel issue for Foxy. So Foxy now completely out of this. I have no clue what's happened to Foxy. It doesn't look like he's even controlling the car. As Lord is a bit happy that Foxy has bottled. But Skyzy on the meanwhile fighting Donkey Dan down into La Source. As looks like Foxy, yeah, really is slow. As now the AI car Vitra has been able to overtake him. But meanwhile, Skyzy's actually overtaken Donkey Dan now. So Skyzy pushing with those tyres to their absolute limits then. As Donkey Dan and Skyzy are changing positions then. Down into, it looks like Walshibert's heading into the pit lane. Is that a front wing change? So for another set of inters. So does he not think those inters will go to the end of the race then? I can assure you right now, Goldie is not on softs, and he's definitely on the inters. I can assure you that, as Donkey Dan is now closest gap, as 10K picks up another 3-second time penalty as Donkey Dan is forever getting closer to the back of Skyzy. Let's have a look at what Foxy Doo is doing right now. Is he still going around at quarter pace? It's not looking promising for the McLaren driver. He needs a safety car, otherwise he's completely and utterly out of this. I have a feeling Walsherbert's tyres overheated. That's what I believe. I think they just completely overheated, and that was the end of that for him. So let's have a look at what they've been saying in the F2 chat then. Has anything been said? Let's have a look then. F2, there has been some chat. Let's have a look as Walsherbert right now coming through the corner with no name then. Hang on, let's have a look. Let's have a look then. Boom. People retiring, that's why I know. Foxy takes me out. I took the curve, 63. I just slapped myself in the face. Wrong tyre choice. People just binning it. People just saying their feelings at the moment. As everyone's a bit spread out at this moment in time. As Foxy Dude is in the pits, he comes out onto another set of inters and is hoping. He's been lapped. He is now with the people in first, second, and third, but he's now lapped. This is not a place where we expect Foxy Dude to be. We expect him up the front of the grid, and this is not what he would be liking to see at this moment in time, as he really needs to push on if he's going to do anything in this Grand Prix anymore. As Donkey Dan still on the back of Mr. Skyzy, the 9/10 separates him, which is not a lot in intermediate conditions then. So Donkey Dan now coming through towards I believe it's Ravage. And meanwhile, I'm just going to have a look at Jerome. He just had a YouTube clip. And he said something ruined his race. And so look at that. Look at the wheel spin and the gears everyone's having to use through here. So looks like at the moment ERS is not really a problem, obviously in the wets. As what ruined Jerome's race? Oh, so when Wesley binned it, Jerome completely just got a red front wing because he tried to react and he reacted too quickly, and that was him out very quickly then. So then coming through now, it looks like this is just getting heavier and heavier, and I expect maybe rain could be on the agenda of heavy rain. So now coming through towards the next few corners. We've only got around 7-8 laps to go in this Grand Prix now. It's gone actually very quickly. As Short now has pulled out extensively to 3.7 seconds. His brother will be very proud of him on his work break. I'd like to see, meanwhile, how is F4 doing? F4 on numbers. They've got actually the same amount of people left in this race actually. So as Atomic is winning once again. Bad Puskov in P4, let's go. Mary's still in it. Looks like it's a bit more of a spread field in F4 than it is in F2. It looks like quite a few people have retired from the session. So numbers are basically equal in F2 and F4 at the moment. As Vinci, yes, he is still an AI. So Foxy at the moment, you're being beaten by an AI. This is not good for Foxy and his reputation in this league then. Gone up to 7 viewers all of a sudden. Welcome everyone who has just joined. So Short at the moment, just giving you a quick recap. So Short started in P2. P3, excuse me. Yeah, let's have a look very quickly. It started a dry race. People pitting at different times. Meant that the race completely changed on ends. And now Short is up in P1. Skyzy in second. And the pole sitter down in P10 after he spun a bit and lost his front wing completely. Had to head into the pits at about 20 miles an hour, and Foxy now completely out of the running then. So the battle for the lead is between these top 3 drivers then. And let me have a look very quickly at the chat, because I believe it's just gone. A person has just commented. I was 202. Foxy, I believe, spun it up. Where was it? Where did he spun it? I believe he spun it up Eau Rouge and Radion. Yeah, it was. It was up Eau Rouge and Radion. And short. He's picked up a 5-second time penalty. That is, wow. This has really flipped its head. So at the moment, Short is going down as a P3. So this completely changes the aspects of the race. We think, yeah, Short's absolutely fine. Nope, it's completely changed on his head now. I'm feeling there could be some strong words in the stewards room after this with Short's penalty, and that could change. But all these drivers can do now is push to the end. But look at that. Donkey Dan's had a great run through Radion, and now they're going side by side. Mr. Skyzy versus Donkey Dan down into Lake Com. One on the inside, one on the outside. Sport Pacer versus Ferrari. What will happen? Underdog versus Tifosi. What will happen here out of the right hand of Malmedy? There's been contact, and somehow Donkey Dan has saved that as Skyzy cuts off the line. Great side by side action. Great respect from both drivers there. But at the moment, Donkey Dan not being able to get past Skyzy, but he's got another 6 laps to make a move happen. So now coming through, look at that. So Donkey Dan just looks way more confident than Skyzy. But every time that they battle, Short is able to get away. So he may not even say, you know what, 5-second penalty. Who? He doesn't even need a 5-second penalty. He'll just get away with just keeping it on and just being a bit closer to the pack. So he's just got to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes, and then he'll be able to push on this. It looks like Skyzy has just had the hurry up from Donkey Dan now, as that gap has been able to stay the same for the past few laps. As now coming through the next few corners of Blanchimont, definitely at a lower speed than you would see normally, but now it looks like Donkey Dan through this final sector is much stronger than Skyzy ahead, maybe due to wing levels. But now Donkey Dan coming through the final corner now, and then I have a feeling we'll see an exact repeat of what we did last lap then. Down into turn 1 now for Donkey Dan. Will he be able to get past Mr. Skyzy? The same Mr. Skyzy who basically was winning the first half of the championship. Donkey Dan joined at Silverstone, and looks like once again he's got a better run than Skyzy out of Radion, and Skyzy now is having to battle from far back. He may have a bit of slipstream, but at the moment Donkey Dan has definitely taken that position away, as it doesn't look like Mr. Skyzy has a confidence. Yeah, so it was Short's first track excursion extension, and he picked up a 5-second penalty, so it will be contested post-race. I assume it will go down to a 3-second time penalty, because it looked like it was enough to be some kind of penalty, but not enough, I would say, for a 5. So it will either be a 2 or 3, I expect. But it doesn't really matter anyway, because at the moment the lead is 6 seconds. So because of these guys battling, a certain Short has been able to get away. So now coming through the next few corners for Short then. What will he be able to do then? 5 laps to go in this Grand Prix. He's just got to hold on, as now Vic Mill is getting in on the action. Looks like he wants to take the podium position away from Mr. Skyzy ahead. What will happen between these two? What will they be able to do then? Looks like Foxy Dude has, he's just not improving, is he? It just looks like he's on a pad of some kind. It doesn't look like he's on a wheel. As Vic Mills picks up a 10-second time penalty. Short, you think yours was bad? Vic Mills just picked up a 10. That's just ridiculous amounts of penalties. I have a feeling that will be definitely contested after the race. So that kind of eliminates that. But I can tell you right now, if Skyzy can get a good run, which he hasn't had for the past 2 laps, up through Eau Rouge and Radion, there could be a bit of contention here for the next position. But it looks like Donkey Dan has had a much better run than Skyzy. Skyzy having to lift off much more. As I've just got a Discord notification. Look at me being popular. But down towards Lacombe, no contention there. As at the moment, it's all looking like it's all staying the same at the moment. As it looks like in F4, there's a barrier flying in the middle of the track. That's a bit weird. As I've just dropped my controller, so let me pick that up. Excuse me, lads. Gap between Skyzy and Donkey Dan only 0.4 of a second now. So Donkey Dan just ran wide out of that corner. So at the moment the podium is looking like short, then Donkey Dan, then Skyzy. Let's have a look at penalties. Has any of the second or third got a penalty of some kind to move into this? Looks like Donkey Dan's picked up 2 since the rain. Skyzy picked up 2 in 1 lap, and Foxy Dude has now confirmed it's down to 9 drivers in the left in this Grand Prix, as Foxy's just given up. And yeah, he's down to 9 drivers now. So there's a VSC right now on the track. As now everyone's just under this VSC then. So this will be interesting then, because Skyzy, if he has a better run than Donkey Dan after the VSC, so it depends when it ends, this could be really important for his race. If it happens maybe up Rally On, this could be perfect for him. So he just needs to make sure he's ready and waiting. 3 laps to go in this Grand Prix now. Battle for second is hotting up on track. If it stays VSC for probably another 5 seconds, this will really help Skyzy on his run, maybe through Origin Rally On. And here we go. If it goes green now, there you go, perfect for Skyzy. But he hasn't got the run he's needed. Donkey Dan's too far away. It's 0.7 of a second, so he's not going to be able to benefit and overtake a certain Mr. Donkey Dan will Mr. Skyzy. So he's going to have to stay behind this time around then. So now coming through the next few corners then for the driver. What will we be able to see for Skyzy then? So Skyzy in the Ferrari, we know he's got a power advantage down the straight in real life, but these cars are on equal. No, I don't know what I'm saying, sorry. I have no clue. I have no clue what I'm saying, sorry, excuse me. I've completely lost track as I've just opened a DM because I'm so popular. So Skyzy now only 6 tenths behind. Excuse me for the lack of good commentary tonight. We've only seen 1 real battle recently, and obviously that's been kind of invaded by penalties. As Goldie, no! Goldie's left the session. I can't invite him. So Goldie out of this. Promising P5 down into P6 as he's left this session. And I expect that will be P7 very soon. So now all the McLarens I've been commentating on have just received the biggest karma. But now coming through now as looks like at the moment it's looking like the only battle on track will be between these two, as we're down to 8, we're down to 7 basically. It's not looking good for numbers as well, look at that, we can see 3 on track, but it is just deadly, this track, isn't it? Let's hope Italy next week will be nothing of the sort. And Skyzy, as look at that, Vic Mill picks up a 3-second time penalty for track extending at Lacombe there. Sliding into Spags DM. What's happening? G left, Goldie left. I've invited him. Good. Well done. Well done, Lord Elephant. You are a saviour of many people. Let's hope Goldie can return to the session then. Goldie not in the session at this moment in time. Still in his AI mode, still in his ghost mode. Yeah, mate. People slide into my DMs all the time. I'm persuasive. Let's just leave it at that. But anyway, with 3 laps, well, 2.5 actually left to go, it looks like at the moment, Short will be on for the win by a lot. By a long distance. So it's been a commanding drive from the Red Bull driver. Red Bull's obviously excelling in conditions where power isn't really good. So lobby is very laggy as well. Oh, okay. So Black Mamba, did Black Mamba leave? Yeah, Black Mamba left the session, didn't he? That could be explaining why, because obviously that host would have been given over to someone else, and that could be the main reason why. Maybe he left. So let's have a look at Mr. Skyzy then. He's right on the back of Donkey Dan. He just needs a good exit through Eau Rouge and Radion. What happened? Only 9 drivers. Let's just say Belgium killed a few people. Oh, look at that. Yeah, Belgium, it looked like lots of cars just did crash a lot. And, yeah, main places, Eau Rouge and Radion, and also just the corner before Blanchimont on the right-hander after, what's that corner called? I've completely forgot it now. Stavolo, that's it. Yeah, so everyone's just retiring, and his Invisibles left the session as well now. As what did I want to see what he said there? He said he murdered his flatmate. Hang on. Sorry, I disconnected. I just murdered my flatmate. Oh, okay, right. I don't know why you murdered your flatmate, but Kelvin has also now retired from the session in the final sector. Where's he done that? I think he's done that at the final corner, hasn't he? Yeah, it looks like it. He's lost it out of Blanchimont, and now we're down to 6. 6 drivers left. This is just a killing ground, isn't it? It's just everyone's just retiring. Everyone's not liking these track conditions. Yeah, I know. Host may never leave this. Yeah, exactly. It's not good, is it? But now, Mr. Skyzy trying to hold on, but now Donkey Dan obviously passed, and it's a second now, but Vic Mill is closing in behind. We're now on to the final lap of this race, and Short eyeing down that win today. Donkey Dan at the moment in that second place. Looks like Skyzy won't be able to do anything to disrupt that. Will Vic Mill be able to disrupt that P3? Riding over these curves then. Will we be able to see a new person climb on the podium of Vic Mill? The debutants? Or will we see someone else conjure up an act? But it looks like it's a bit too late now for anyone else. But it looks like at the moment it will be, as you see. So looks like Short at the moment will be taking this race win. Second will be Donkey Dan, and third will be Mr. Skyzy. And it looks like the track is drying out now. So if anyone does have a dry advantage, this would be the time to let it shine. Looks like Vic Mill could be one, benefiting from the track drying out a bit now, as no rain is falling. The track now completely drying up. I would expect in a few laps time, if this race did continue, they'll be back onto the slick tyres, as we can see a bit of sunlight popping through the clouds now. Not only sunlight for these drivers finishing this Grand Prix, but sunlight for Short's first win in F2. It's looking like he's only got to negotiate a few more corners, then he would have won this race then. Up from F3 into F2. He only started racing at the start of this year. Well, we had a few goes on F1 2018, but on F1 2019, he's gone from strength to strength. A podium on his first time out in F2. Now coming around the final corner of the Circuit de Sport Francorchamps in the Ardennes Forest. Up to line now, and the Red Bull of Short will take the win. But he does have that 5-second penalty, but it will not affect him, as across the line in P2 it's Donkey Dan. But after penalties, Skyzy takes P2, P3 is Donkey Dan, and Vic Mill will take P4 then. Let's have a look at 10K. Coming through now, and after that it will be Warjaber, and that will be the end of all things then. As the other two are disconnects, who, yeah, End of the race ends for 10k. He only finishes, oh my, 8 tenths behind his teammate. So Vic Mill got a lot of penalties during this race, and then Wolfsburg up to line will finish. But now, Short in P1, he grabs the win today, as he's had to fight through the top two of Skyzy and Donkey Dan, and he's come out on top, as Foxy was as well, not being able to finish in a good position. He DNF'd as well, but Short will take the win today. Second place will be Mr. Skyzy, and third on the podium is Donkey Dan. Red Bull taking a top spot and a power track. You don't usually see that, do you? The Union Jack on the top step. God save our gracious Queen. And that is exactly what Short's big brother would like on his work break. Just to see his little brother take the win today at Belgium. So a great result there for Short, as I've just seen my mic's been turned around. I really hope that hasn't been for a long time. But Short takes the win today. Mr. Skyzy takes second, and third on the podium is Donkey Dan. P4 is Vic Mill, and P5 is 10k. P6 goes to Wolfsburg, and then everyone else did not finish the race. This was being a hunting ground for the barriers today for these guys, and they've submissed to the barriers. And like I said, Wesley, what could he have done? What could Foxy do done? Could he have got the win today? What could Jerome do? He was looking good. What could have Kelvin done? All the questions of what could have Blank done at the end of this race then. Now I'm going to invite the top three for podium interviews then. And then we'll get this show on the road. Hang on, I am going to invite Skyzy and Donkey Dan. So that is the top three. As I've just read a comment from a certain Shorts relatives. Amazing drive, even though I'm biased. He made it through, made all the right decisions, and tough driving from the front, from the wet. Very proud. I would be proud as well. That was a great drive from him. As he now joins the party, I'll just wait for the other two. Just make sure your voices on always allow. As we wait for Skyzy and Donkey Dan also to join the party then. But I'll just send them another invite just in case they did not receive it. And then we'll start these podium interviews in the next few seconds then. So just send another invite, and then we'll be good to go then. There you go, I've sent the other invites once again, and Skyzy's now joined the party. But it's nice to see that the race winner joined the party very promptly after his first win in RLH F2, and what a way to do it in the wet around Spa. Well done, Short, on your win today. How was that race for you?
That was interesting because it said on the report it wasn't going to rain till the last 5 minutes, and then rained after 10 laps. So no one really expected it, and it sort of caught Foxy off, which helped me and Skyzy. But then it just seemed quite easy from there. I just seemed to have the pace on the wets, and I got a 5-second penalty, even though I didn't have any warnings, which was a bit weird. But I didn't need to. I already had the gap, so I was safe from that. So it was a good race.
Oh yeah, I believe it. Is it your dad? Is your dad maybe? Amazing drive, even though I'm biased. You made all the right decisions. Tough driving out in front in the wet. Obviously, we saw so many people retiring that Grand Prix. I was completely just. It just made me bizarre. It was just bizarre how many people crashed, even though there were 19 starts. There were only 6 people who actually made it to the line then. So were conditions hard for you out there? Was it hard to get the result? Was it hard to keep the car on track, or was it quite easy from your side?
Yeah, well, the soft, when I was at the end of the softs when it was raining, I was on like 60% softs and it was raining, so that was really tricky and just kept on. If the rain didn't come for like one more lap, then I would have been screwed. But yeah, I was surprised. There was like 3 virtual safety cars and a safety car kept having to slow down.
Yeah, well, that really did help for the likes of you, and also to Skyzy as well, who was able to keep on the back of Donkey Dan as much as possible. But all in all, a great drive from yourself there. Your first win, I believe, in F2, and well, yeah, strength to strength at the moment, and beating out the championship leader, fair on pace. That's got to be something to be proud of, isn't it?
Yeah, well, second win, I won at Silverstone as well in the wet.
You did, didn't you? You did. I'm very sorry. But look at that, strength to strength.
But yeah, I don't know, just seemed to all click in the wet.
It looks like we found your strength, at least.
Yeah.
But anyway, well done on your P1 today. And that's 25 points. I'm not sure who actually got that fastest lap, so I wonder who that was. But anyway, well done on your P1, and thanks for joining the interview.
Thank you.
So now on to P2 then. Mr. Skyzy on penalties once again, snatching all the points you can get. A good race. Obviously, we saw a few moments through Rouge and Radion. Obviously, the pad, it's not really a pad track, is it, around here? As we definitely saw in the wet up the famous corners and through Pillon as well. But you got to take what you can get, and 18 points at the end of the day for a track where it probably doesn't suit a pad, and especially in the rain. I think that's a good result from you nonetheless.
Yeah, that's true. I was struggling on the dry, so you can't imagine on the wet. And still, I'm still not used to the wet conditions with no traction. It's pretty hard still. So yeah, I just wanted to be safe to keep the car alive. Even if I will finish P3, P4, I don't mind. I just want to bring the car home, and that's what I did. Thankfully, yeah, Donkey Dan had a penalty on last lap, I guess. So yeah, finishing only 2 seconds, I guess, down to the win. It's okay. I'm not that strong in the wet conditions, so yeah. And to be only P2 for the grid is, yeah, it was a big achievement. I didn't think about that. I just wanted to qualify in the top 10, but yeah, I was really struggling before the race. I changed something in my setup, which was better, but still. So yeah, I will take that P2. And thankfully, yeah, Foxy Dude crashed, so it's 18 points more than him, and 18 points again against McLaren, I guess, or maybe Goldie finished P7, I don't know. So yeah, it's still some good points for the fight for the constructors. And yeah, congratulations for Shot for the second win. You're pretty strong in the wet conditions. I hope it won't rain anymore. So yeah, it was a very tough race, but a very fun one.
Yeah, it was a very fun one. And once again, you've just completely wiped all the questions I was going to ask you, as you usually do. It's just completely... you just steal all the questions I'm going to ask you. But
yeah, I'm writing the stuff I want to say just before the race.
Exactly. I might as well just send you the script of what I'm going to be asking you in the podium interviews at this point, because you're just checking every box, because you've just completely stole points away from Foxy Dude if he was going to make a challenge. Definitely not tonight, as he had a very confusing last few laps before he retired. But obviously,
yeah, I think he pit too much. He pit too early for the inters, I guess.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's very early.
It was very tough, the first stint with Short. On the soft, I guess we both struggling. But we tried to extend that stint as long as possible. So maybe on lap 11 we pitted. And we had to pit on lap 6, 7 or 8. So it was very tough, the last 3 laps with the soft. But yeah, it was worth it, I guess.
Yeah, it was definitely worth it. Where you actually got to the end of the race, and and did well in the end, unlike other people who gambled and went a bit earlier. But well done anyway, as I don't believe Donkey Dan is here. No, he's not. Well done on your P2 then, 18 points. Anything else to say?
Again, well done to Short. I'm still a bit short to you for the race. Haha. But yeah, it was a nice race after my nightmare race last week in Hungary. So yeah, looking forward to Monza with no rain, please God. And yeah, thanks for the commentary, mate.
Yeah, no worries. So I want to thank everyone who raced tonight. Obviously, definitely a demolition derby in terms of people who actually finished the race, but nonetheless a good race to commentate. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I've been Spag, and goodbye.